Feminists have been fighting for equal representation in the workforce for roughly 180 years, dating all the way back to the 1848 Seneca Falls Convention, the first women's rights convention in the US, which included calls for women's economic independence, employment rights, and freeing the nipple. Well, since then, women have made enormous strides in gaining economic independence and employment rights. In 1848, only a small percentage of women worked, and the ones that did work mostly worked in domestic labor or textiles. Ugh. Today, women make up roughly 50% of the US workforce. In 1970, only 8% of women held a college degree. Today, nearly 60% hold bachelor degrees in the US, and more women are going to college than men. Also in 1970, women owned only 4% of US businesses. Today, nearly 50% of all US businesses are owned by women, and only 97% of them are yoga studios. In 1848, 0% of women walked around with their nipples showing. Today in Los Angeles, 100% of women aged 14 to 87 had their nipples out. And if that doesn't scream progress, then I don't know what does. Now let's get a little bit more Sorry, my dog is underneath my chair today, and he just sneezed on my leg. Felt a bit uncomfortable. Now let's get a little bit more detailed, because even though we've been seeing a lot of progress with women in the workforce, there were some fields where women weren't catching up as quickly. So feminists have been really focused on pushing for progress in the STEM fields: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. In 1970, only 8% of STEM degrees were held by women. Today, over 40% of math and physical science degrees went to women. 22% of engineering degrees went to women. And that is up from only 1% in 1970. And 21% of computer science degrees went to women. Well, this brings us to our amazing story of the day. Today, Jeff Bezos' company, Blue Origin, launched 6 women, including Katy Perry, Gayle King, Aisha Bowe, Amanda Nguyen, Carrie Ann Flynn, and Bezos' wifey into space and brought them back to Earth for a total flight time of 11 minutes. But I bet you only knew that Katy Perry was in this group because that's what everyone is covering. History in motion as these pioneers soar aboard New Shepard, empowering, inspiring, and truly out of this world. Hashtag women in space. Y'all, Katy Perry deserved to go to space in the same way that Katniss Everdeen deserved to be sent to a youth death match hosted in a fancy magical bubble. Aisha Bowe and Amanda Nguyen are at least scientists, but I bet you didn't know their names or anything about them. No. The mainstream culture is celebrating the amazing push of women penetrating these incredibly challenging fields by posting Katy Perry's face everywhere. Hashtag, I kissed a girl and I liked it, and then I went to space. This is Sunita Williams. She's one of NASA's most accomplished and trailblazing astronauts with a long list of historic milestones, records, and pioneering contributions. She spent 322 days in space. She held the record for most time spent in space by women until 2015. She's the first woman to command both an ISS and a commercial spacecraft. She's completed 7 spacewalks totaling over 50 hours. She even virtually ran the Boston Marathon on a treadmill from space. Oh yeah, and she was also stranded in space for months and only recently returned to Earth, but I bet most of the women celebrating the pop star and her posse's 11-minute ascent into space as a feminist victory didn't even know Sunita Williams' name, much less her accomplishments. Just so you know, it means nothing that it was a group of only women that went to space today. Women are accomplishing amazing things every single day. Amazing things. People like Sunita Williams. And if you want women to continue pushing boundaries, like real boundaries, not like how much nipple you can show before it's considered indecent exposure, but real, true, amazing boundaries like Sunita, then start paying more attention to those women. Because those are the women that will continue making this world a better place. And also, I just read that Katy Perry started singing "What a Wonderful World" while they were in space looking down on Earth. Let me tell you, I would never tell someone to shut up faster than if I were up in that